I think in making series 2, we decided that it would be fine to take some more risks because everyone seems to like what we did in series 1.
The idea was to have a show with as many different funny sketches and ideas that we could muster.
At that stage, everything seems funny, and it seems like there are loads of different ways we could go, and there's all the sense of possibility that I think you really need to have. I think we had a lot more confidence going into the second series, and I think in an awful way the BAFTA actually really helped. And I've always said that these awards things are just ways of generating publicity, and they're meaningless, and that's a very good attitude to have when you're nominated but don't win. But it goes away very quickly when you actually win one. And I now think that awards are great.
The idea was to have a show with as many different funny sketches and ideas that we could muster. So if anything, we've just tried to have even more variety than before.
Have we run out of things to say that sound like a writing meeting?
No. One of the earliest parts of the production process is the writers' meeting, and we get a lot of our writers together into one room and start banding ideas about.
I suggest a program called The Sky in the Day. Which is just the sun. They keep looking at the sun all the time.
But they can't look at the sun.
John, whatever you do, don't look at the sun.
Don't look at the sun. Oh, I forgot!
It's the best thing to do that sketch, or to have a behind the scenes where you pitch it.
The writers' meetings are vital and actually really good fun, and everything at that stage, everything seems funny, and it seems like there are loads of different ways we could go, and there's all the sense of possibility that I think you really need to have when you start off doing a sketch show.
This is going to be good. This is going to be
Occasionally you can see them move.
Oh,
that
we,
is
can just,
true.
we can just shoot it outside, it's no problem.
Yeah.
We'll shoot night for day.
You can.
We'll do it at the same time. Shooting that Sky at Night sketch.
And that's actually the stage of the process where most laughing has been done. And there have been times when we've had writers' meetings when people have been really pissing themselves about an idea that's sort of just come out of the room that no one thought of on their own.
One of the most important things to do in that sort of environment is to make sure that the room is actually airtight. And as the meeting goes on, the amount of available oxygen diminishes, and that brings the writers to a sort of more heightened state as they begin to struggle for breath and their brains are starved of oxygen.
I think you have two different hats. You have your writer's hat and your performer's hat, and you when you get a piece of material, selfishly you might really want to do it because it's a very juicy character. So like Chris Reddy's Scarecrow sketch, you sort of look at that and you think to yourself, ooh, I wouldn't mind playing that part.
Is that because you've got to be sexy?
Especially if you get to be a bit sexy, dressed as a scarecrow. But also as a writer, I suppose what you're looking for is a sort of freshness of voice and a kind of an original take on something that may be a familiar area.
Right, folks, as soon as these napkins are here, we can start shooting.
I don't know if you know this, but David and Nora refuse to work on any sketch until there are napkins, at least somewhere in their field of vision. Because they both dribble a lot while filming. David wheezes himself. They need to mop. There's constant mopping happening out of frame.
You know your first line?
I do know it, but when
Yeah.
it comes to actually saying it in front of a camera, I may go. Blah, 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 blah.
Well, that's not good enough, is it, James?
Well, I know it's odd, isn't it? It's different.
Almost half the battle.
I don't think when we go through material other people have submitted, we look at any of it thinking about what's a Mitchell and Webb sketch or what our style is. I think we just do think about what makes us laugh and pick the funny ones. And I don't think a sketch show should try and affect a style. I think it should just try and be as funny and as diverse as possible.
We're trying out material for the TV show, which means hopefully some of this will be on the telly and some of it you could kill with your silence. So don't do that. Yeah, don't be too discerning.
Vaguely supportive.
Like comedy's good.
Not brutally supportive.
Laughter is not the best medicine, but helpful along with chemo.
For a sketch to get in the series, it had to be something that David and Rob both liked, but that I also liked, and that the director David Kerr liked. And the best way of doing that was with our point system. So each person marks a sketch out of 5, and basically anything that was getting less than 16 was very, very, very unlikely to get into the show. Sketches that felt borderline, we tried out in front of an audience in the drill hall, which is where we did the radio series.
That's where we read out material just as you do in a radio recording, except it's not recorded, to see if it's funny, essentially.
Who's come to a radio recording here before?
Well,
Now, the great thing about radio sketches is that all of the jokes are in words and noises, because that's that's the only thing that works on radio. But some of the jokes in these sketches are visual jokes, and the way we are going to represent them here is by someone reading out what it would look like when they happen.
And audiences are remarkably accommodating about that. They really do sort of listen, try and imagine what that would look like, and if they like that, go ha 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 ha.
He presses yet another button. 4 boiler-suited drones enter and put 4 black and yellow plastic bars around Hugo's chair, sealing it off.
What's going on? Nothing. Now we can forward date your pension.
Attention. Trapdoor number 3 is about to open. Please clear the area.
I don't think sketches get completely struck off the list if we like them, if they don't go well in front of the audience, because it's only one audience, and we all know perfectly well that you can do the same show in front of 60 different audiences and they will go for different things. That's what people are like with comedy. They're perverse.
And the next course is lark's tongues in aspic, which we'll be following with gizzed of wolf soup with sparrow liver toast.
Oh, great.
Then we'll be having sticky puppy pudding with hundreds and thousands of goat balls. Oh, then we'll be having...
Livia?
Yes, Gordis.
I think I'm actually full.
Full?
Yeah, I'm afraid so. That badger Dick Roulard is really... it's really sitting, if you know what I mean.
There are certain people on comedy websites who don't like the idea of us trying out material and think it's some kind of failure of character, that we have to find stuff that works. And, would Peter Cook give a shit about what works and what doesn't work? Well, I think he would. I can't imagine him trying out material, but then I've talked myself into a complete cul-de-sac.
Action!
For this series, I think we had 6 weeks of location filming.
Location shooting is the toughest bit.
Nice.
We're on a Caribbean beach, obviously. Yeah. It's going to look wonderful on camera.
A typical day would involve me swearing at my alarm clock at about 6:45 or 5:30, something like that.
We'll try to be on camera at 8, but of course the day starts quite a lot earlier than that. David and Rob and other cast members might very well need to be in makeup for about 6:30, for example.
Very good breakfast.
Have a bit of breakfast, go to makeup, costume, blah blah blah.
Typically film from 8 till lunchtime.
Turn over about 8:30, 8:45, depending on whether it's a Monday. If it's a Monday, then we won't do anything till about 10, because everyone will be pissing around. Shoot till 1-ish, have lunch.
Very good breakfast.
And carry on filming till 7.
Cut.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
It's like going to a hellish boarding school, but without the beatings.
Go home, learn your lines for tomorrow, eat, go to bed.
So it is exhausting, but I find it quite fun because you sort of have to say, right, I'm not doing anything else in my life. My friends can go hang. I'm fortunate enough not to be in a long-term relationship. That's the phrase. So, you know, I haven't got a girlfriend who I'd be pissing off by not being around. So, you know, that's a massive advantage. but the more I think about it, my own miserable, lonely life is particularly well suited to location filming.
I've stopped being amazed by how long it takes to do anything, and am now just resigned to the tedium of filming. I mean, the good bits are the bits that happen in between action and cut. That's when I'm doing my thing. The rest of the time, you've probably got behind the scenes footage of me just hanging around, looking either bored or a bit stressed, not really talking to anyone. I'm not at my best on filming days. It doesn't bring out the socialite, good fun guy that I really am. I just look like a moody bastard. I know you're going to cut to me looking like a moody bastard.
That is a wrap.
Compared to location days, the rehearsal weeks are incredibly civilised. We work from 10 till sort of 10:30.
And it's a much more comfortable sort of working week.
By the rivers of Babylon.
We can have one member of the cast burned, can't we?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, well, I say James.
By the rivers of Babylon?
Yes, he'll be looking at civilizations from that area.
Nothing immediately jumps to mind.
Well, let's break for lunch!
Anyway,
It's a very funny sketch.
You rehearse Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you have Thursday off, ridiculously, and then Friday is a long, tiring day, but one long, tiring day in 5, that's fine. I mean, no one would have complained about coal mining if it was just that.
In your own time.
In my own time.
Oh, do you want me to cue it? Okay.
I'll mind it.
Go on, I'll cue it.
I'll mind it.
Okay.
I'm miming it.
Okay, he's going to rhyme it.
3, 2, 1, go.
What now?
Really, we're just sort of vaguely doing it to get the lines into our heads, and because we're going to have to do it in front of a live audience, and the more times you cock up in front of an audience, the less likely they are to laugh the second and third time they've heard this joke. Email us your thoughts on the imminent molecular evaporation. Imminent molecular evaporation to bbc.co.uk.
Would you like to say imminent molecular evaporation?
Imminent molecular evaporation.
It's fine now.
Nearly.
Fridays are very stressful, and then there are times when people don't laugh as much at the stuff that's played in as you'd hoped, and that's really stressful. And there are points when you're in between sketches, you're performing in front of the audience in the makeup room, having the wig put on for the next sketch, while they're playing stuff in, and you're sort of half hearing sketches you agonised over on location, and you know, trying to determine whether or not the audience is laughing at them enough. And that's quite stressful. I think if you had to do that 7 days a week, you'd have a heart attack pretty soon. But it's all right, 3 days a year. My parents came to all 3 of the recordings with the audience there.
And did they enjoy?
Yeah, they did. Yeah, but I think their main enjoyment derives from the fact that clearly I am being employed, and sometimes they can be introduced to a man who's actually wearing a suit and clearly has a job at the BBC, who can confirm to them that yes, I am allowed to be there and I am in some way being paid, and that really makes them calm down and in general cheer up about the whole ridiculous career choice that I've made.
I feel this series in particular, we've gone for very high production values. Everything looks carefully put together, everything's shot very elegantly. There is probably a tone of voice to the show, which is slightly dry, but also remarkably silly.
We're all going to prison.
It's a combination of braininess and daftness that I think David and Rob have in real life. comes out in the show.